And one day we were watching a film that was intended to show the various bills and compromises that happened between the North and the South in the lead up to the Civil War. This specific scene was reenacting part of the compromise between the North and the South that allowed California to be a free state, even though it was parts of it were north of the Mason-Dixon line. And the compromise was to allow slave hunters to come to the North and to recapture runaway slaves. And this was a really difficult conversation to have with students because we watched the actors portray Northerners sympathetic, but saying, well, they ran away, they were put in this position, they need to answer to their past. And they allowed, while in free states, in a free state like Maine, they allowed slave hunters to come and take people and kidnap them and bring them back to the South. And I watched the reaction of my students' faces as they realized that this was the same fear that they were having today, and that almost 200 years later, we're in the same place, where students are afraid that while they're at school, a family member could be whisked away by somebody who is sympathetic to the cause, but ultimately is asking the questions of, well, why are they here? What did they do? What is on their record that could have put them in this place? And I think that the way that we fight that fear is by sending a very clear message, a message that we protect people, and a message that we have the best interests of our community members at heart, that we don't ask those nitpicky questions, that someone's safety isn't dependent on their actions at 15, 16, 17, their trajectory, their life, that their safety matters today. And I think that ending the ICE contract is a way to send that message to my students who will hear that and who will have a response to that. Thank you.